Hello, everybody. Welcome to week number 4, module 4, ethnographic designs. So before we get into week number 4, and I'm going to try to be brief this week, week number 3 I thought was excellent, and I appreciate the effort that went into your group work. We had groups A, B, and C. The critiquing, the summarizing of each of your individual sections was excellent. And I just want to commend you on the work that you're doing with the discussion posts. I'm hearing a common theme from a lot of my colleagues, other professors, is that there's sometimes the discussion posts are lacking, and for various ways people are not participating, and that has not been my case with this class. I think the discussions, the initial post, and then commenting on other group members has just been excellent, and I want to commend everybody for doing that. I also want to thank you for using Padlet this past week. I hope that worked for you. If you have any feelings on it, pros and cons, please shoot me an email, send me a text. I really would like to know what you thought of using this method as a alternative to our traditional discussion forum. So I appreciate that. So keep up the good work. So now on to week number 4. Picture here of, I think that was Popham Beach, maybe last week. I always put a picture in here, mostly because there's so much kind of heavy stuff in here. Just want to kind of set the stage, create a sense of maybe tranquility, a little peace. But as you can see, this is a winter beach, so it doesn't really look like people are out there in bathing suits enjoying the weather. I think this was one of those freezing cold days that we've had recently. So this week, we dig into, ethnographic research. I mean, this is really an important type of qualitative research from the standpoint that the researcher really embeds themselves in the culture. They become, they become part of the culture. So we're focusing in on this type of research this week. Have a few things to do. I'll go through them very quickly. So here are the learning objectives. I'd like you to take a look at these 2 videos. Then I'd like you to read one of these 2 studies. You can choose whichever one you want. You can take a look at each one, read the beginning of those, read the abstract, and or just look at the titles, choose one, and then you will actually go and discuss each one of these things. Excuse me. I failed to mention read chapter 4, which is on ethnographic designs. So getting back to here. And then we get down to you read one of these articles, and then I'd like you to participate in the discussion question. So define ethnographic research and its key characteristics. This can be brief. You don't need to write a dissertation. 100, 150 words in a post is really all I'm looking for. Select one of the posted articles, and then evaluate the methods, data analysis, and conclusions. What I'd like you to also include is support your comments with evidence from the study, course readings, or discussions. So that is really a snapshot of this week's materials and what to do. I did want to mention one thing. We're having an optional Zoom meeting coming up. We're going to have the optional Zoom meeting coming up on Wednesday, February 17th at 7:15. This is an optional meeting. If you can make it, that's wonderful. If you can't, don't worry. I will do the same thing as I did 2 weeks ago. I will record it and post it either that night or the following day. I tend to look at these meetings as just a check-in period. If you have specific questions, you can come to the meeting. You can ask questions on the content, the assignments, whatever it might be. So that is it as far as what I'd like you to do this week. I may have another announcement coming out midweek to give a little more detail on upcoming assignments. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to me. I really value your input and value you as students being in this class. I want to help you succeed in any way possible. So have a good rest of the weekend. I appreciate the effort that's going into this class so far this semester, and I look forward to seeing you online. I hope you really enjoy week 4, module 4 of our class. Goodbye.